Greetings, royalties. It's Miranda Garcia, aka the Money Queen, and you're listening to Regality Radio with Primacy Podcast. It's the pre-show, and you're first to know. So I was asked, why do you think so many just settle for less? Why is more than 600 million others okay with just living in poverty or being broke? And my answer was, like my favorite song, Ill Mind of Husband 8 says, change is one of the most difficult things that we face in life, but change is inevitable. We live in a world full of technology that changes every day. When technology changes, our entire world changes. I myself struggled with change, and anyone who knows me well enough will tell you, it took a lot for me to change and live up to my name now more than ever. One reason many don't like change is because we get comfortable where and with whom we are. We get used to our family, our friends, jobs, homes, and our surroundings. Then what happens is because there's no will for change, we get stuck in what we used to do instead of moving forward into what we really should be doing, resulting in depression, misery, and low self-esteem, causing us to treat others poorly. And them same people wake up and do things they dread day in and day out, rather than finding their true purpose because that is what they are used to. When we come across something that gets us out of our comfort zone, we begin to find our strengths and begin to realize we are one of a kind individually. We are all special in our own way, and that is your very own superpower. Change is very rarely something that just happens overnight. Let's face it, nothing good was built in just one night anyways, and if it was, please enlighten me. Let me know. I want to learn who it was and how they did it. But no one wants to wait either. I mean, shoot, we don't have the time to wait, it feels like anyways. Am I right or am I right? Our time is so precious, and a reason why I'm honored to be broadcasting to all of you right now. But without patience, one is more likely to get discouraged and waste even more time on the missed opportunities than failure wasted from trying. Even though it would be so much easier if we worked at the snap of a finger, unfortunately it doesn't work like that. And it happens too often, you know? Many give up way too soon because they feel like it's too late, or they feel like they're not good enough to share their natural talents, or are in fear of what others are going to say and think. Some don't even know what their natural talents are, or even where to begin when trying to find them. We may never know as an individual what we are a master at, or what we are here for, until we set ourselves up goals to achieve success. What we plant today, we will harvest later. Be patient and allow the blooming and growth process to work in its favor. When we plant a seed in the ground, we don't unbury it each and every day to see how it's doing. We simply nurture it, wait, and watch for it to grow until it comes time to harvest. So just because we plant our seed today and we don't see it sprout immediately tomorrow, don't mean it's not going to ever grow. Be patient, don't get discouraged, and most of all, never give up, like my daddy always said. Just at the most difficult times is when our blessings are about to arise. It's like physically working out. You can't just do 5 sit-ups just one day a month and expect to gain great results, right? You have to stay consistent. We have to stay consistent. As Marcus said, best known for his meditation and Stoic philosophies, states, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So act virtuously. Use your time well and be cheerful. Then when you fall from the life's tree, you will fall like a ripe fruit. Now, we may live in a world where imperfection is reality, but perfectionism is what is expected. Since we have no idea what will happen in the future, we still have to keep moving forward. Some have goals and dreams that they will achieve, and some who won't even get close, but that's okay, because life happens and new goals and dreams are and will be made, inevitably. Otherwise, when we don't set up goals and pursue them, we are basically setting ourselves up for failure by committing spiritual suicide. What worked 5 years ago may not work now or in the future. If we want to be anything good in life, we have to be willing to change and be willing to try different things. Every blessing or person who crosses our path is not meant to be permanent. Every provision is not supposed to last forever. We should consistently evaluate our surroundings. If we do not get rid of the wrong things, we will never find the right things. We are going to make mistakes. It happens to the best of us. We not only follow and learn, but we live and we learn also. The best way to learning ourselves something is by teaching it to others, and there we will naturally learn it ourselves. So don't allow others' past judgment bring you down to their level. Before we can lead anyone else to change correctly, we first have to lead by following to change. Did you follow that? Every human being is born with the power of leadership in them, but not everyone is born knowing how to use the power to lead. Leadership is a gift given by those who follow. Great leadership starts with self-leadership. Like Eric Thompson says, when explaining the story about the little boy who wants to make a lot of money and goes to the guru and asks him how to get on the same level as him. Maybe you're familiar with that story, maybe you're not. But my main point in Eric Thompson's was getting to is his famous words, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. When we find our point of change, become successful, and begin to lead, we become more natural to us to empower each other up. We never know how far not only our talents can take us, but how far other talents can take us too, or where us leaders can take each other also. For example, there was a factory that ran smoothly all the time. One day the CEO was called into the factory due to an assembly line that was shut down. The CEO could not figure out what was wrong with it and had to hire a third-party mechanic to fix it. Within less than 5 minutes and a charge to the CEO of $10,000, the CEO began to argue as the third party began to explain, if it was not for you calling me in, or I didn't show up, he explains, and now exactly knew what bolts to use and tighten, your line would still be down, costing you triple of what I am asking you of payment for. So the CEO tells the third-party certified mechanic to follow him to his office. The factory CEO picks up the pen, signs the $10,000 check, and hands it off to the mechanic with a thank you and understanding the work that was done by the mechanic. Now, I found here not because of the time it took to do the job or how difficult it was, but because of the technique and the knowledge used to do it. It's not all about what we know, but it's also who we know. No matter how big or little someone's job is, it has its own purpose. Each of us are set here with a job to accomplish and a purpose to achieve. And with the right turns, twists, and tools of the right bolts, we as individuals can complete the job, gaining more self-leadership, independence, self-dependence, and creating a more independent, free, and peaceful life for our generation and the future generation to come. With new day technology and the network marketing industry, we can make it happen because we need it now more than ever. Since the mid-1900s, there has been a steady decline in both worldwide poverty rate and extreme poor. However, there have been many positive signs in previous years for extensive global poverty reduction. The global poverty rate could possibly rise by 0.7 point percentage to around 9% in 2020 if we utilize our technology that we have right now. Additionally, the percentage of people living on less than $3.20 a day could be raised by 0.3 to 1.7 percentage points to 23% or higher, and increase a sum of 40 million to 150 million people if we do not allow change to take place. We can all be rich and wealthy mentally, physically, emotionally, and most of all, financially, if we would just accept change is inevitable. We have to learn to understand that we live in a shared world. Our purpose is to put our minds together, not against each other. So now, before we go, let's say something together. Repeat after me. There is no I in team. Teamwork is what makes the dream work. Now, one more time out loud, together. Ready? There is no I in team. Teamwork is what makes the dream work. All right. Great job, guys. Now, I am ₠ aka the Money Queen, born into poverty, raised to never give up with a will to break generational curses, from networking and ending world poverty to creating world peace and prosperity, just from leading by example. If you would like to get started with your success journey, come tune in to Regality Radio and Primacy Podcast this September 27th at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and giving me the opportunity to experience this short but memorizing change in the decade with such successors. It's been my pleasure and it's my honor. Thank you, and we will see you soon, okay? Peace.